These are some things I've learned on taking road trips with Baron about travel with our furry buddies. Baron has been on road trips between Texas and Iowa, Colorado, and Florida many times in his years. Fortunately, he's always been really good in a car and doesn't get sick. I don't know if his road tripping early in life helped with that or not, but it's a data point for sure. The first step is to have the right vehicle. Dogs, especially shepherds and mixes like Baron, can develop joint pain as they age. Even if your dog is just a puppy, minimizing the effort getting in and out of the car will help prolong joint health. A lot of people get SUVs for their dog, but that is a lot more jumping in and out. Versus Baron's car, a low Volkswagen station wagon. It still has a lot of room back there with the seats laid down while being closer to the ground and easier on his joints getting in and out. Baron is almost 13 years old, so even though he can go on his walks and still has a lot of energy, his joints are getting sore and it's harder for him to get up and down. When we travel, I started using a vest with a handle. This way I can help him get in and out of the car so it's easier on him. The other benefit is that when you're traveling, some places might question you less about bringing your dog with you as it looks like a service dog. If someone asks if he is, I'm honest that he's not officially a service dog, and I've had very few places not allow it. On that note, when you start making hotel reservations, be sure to confirm they're pet friendly. On the Florida trip last year, I didn't have a reservation on the way out, so we had to stop somewhere in Louisiana, and it was pretty easy to find a hotel along the highway that allowed dogs. I also make sure there's either an elevator or we're on first floor, not only for my heart constraints, but for Baron's joints too. Some hotels will charge a pet deposit if they're not a service dog. Be sure to tell them you have a dog at check-in. Some can put you in remote corners, which minimizes traffic and the dog barking at people walking by all the time. As with any trip, it's important to pack efficiently. Obviously, bring bowls and enough food for the trip. Also, any medications. Baron only has his monthly flea and heartworm meds and his daily joint chewies. I bring the smaller bed of his. This not only gives him a comfortable place to ride in the car, but also to sleep in the hotels. I used to put it in the front seat, but it's harder for him to move from front to back these days. So I just leave it right back here where he can see where he's going and I can see him easier than if he were right behind me. As opposed to this, you may have a collapsible crate or just a blanket. Whatever will help make the dog more comfortable for the trip and the stay. I also bring just 1 or 2 toys as well. In addition to his vest, I also bring a simple chain for walks. And just use the vest when we're taking the car somewhere. While in the car, I take off his leash or vest and make it as comfy as I can for him. It's also a good idea to bring his collar, just in case a hotel or restaurant want to see his tags. Plus my cell is on there too. Baron's not a runner, but some dogs might be, especially in a new place. Make sure your vehicle is in good working order. Check the fluids, tires, including the spare. It's good for both people and dogs to exercise before getting in a car for a long trip. Everyone has their personal preferences, but I'm more of a get up and hit the road early type. Baron is allergic to pork and poultry, so I bring beef jerky for road trip snacks for us, as well as almonds or whatever else for myself. I keep 1 container for Baron's water and 1 for myself, as well as 1 big jug I can use to fill either. If that runs out, I can pick up more water at the gas stops. Dogs can go longer than most people without a bathroom break, but they like to get out and stretch their legs the same as we do at gas stops. Remember, not everybody's a dog fan. Check with restaurants in advance. Even some beaches or parks may not allow dogs. Obviously, if you have an official service dog, then this isn't much of a concern. You also want to consider the environment for the dog. For example, Baron has never liked loud music. He doesn't hear as well these days, but I still try to keep him in the more quiet, peaceful areas, mainly sitting outside. Dogs sit where they want, so I try to keep him in corners where people aren't tripping over him. Be a good dog owner and don't let him beg for food from others. I prefer to take Baron everywhere I can, especially on travel. If you leave them alone in the room to go to the gym or something, some dogs might be uncomfortable to be left alone in a strange place. They might be more apt to bark at people walking by in the hallway. So don't be surprised if the hotel gets complaints if you have a barky dog. especially if you're not there to quiet them. Walk-in showers are nice for things like beach trips. I can put him in there after a swim and wash the sand out of his paws. If you're going to be in the water or have a floaty vest or a stand-up paddleboard, don't forget any special equipment like that for hiking or for whatever activities you have planned. Besides keeping your doggo safe, the most important thing about these trips is to have a great time making new memories with our fuzzy buddies. Subscribe to my YouTube channel below and let's celebrate turning fuel and air into adrenaline!